Yo, welcome to the SOS Wrestling Network. Pro Wrestling Noah's the Noah New Year event that just took place this morning. The first big show of 2022. Although not the first show of 2022, it's definitely one of the first big shows of 2022. So if you want to watch this event is available on Wrestle Universe. Has English commentary as well. Pretty much putting Noah up there with New Japan with their English accessibility for Western fans. This was a long show. So it was running about, I think, ran about 4 hours and 48 minutes. So if you want to skip to the last five matches, I would skip to about 100 minutes and 44 seconds and 1 minute, 100 minutes, or 1 hour, 44 minutes, 15 seconds. God damn, that was easy for me to say, right? So it was easy to tell this was a huge show for Noah. They had a musical number to start this show. So the first match we get the Noah trainees, Junta Miyawaki and Kenya Okada taking on Kai Fujimura and Yatsusuke Yano right here. These are all Noah trainees. Like I said, Miyawaki officially debuted back in 2017, I believe. Although Miyawaki and Okada were the stronger and had the experience, Fujiwara and Yano used their fire and athleticism to look competitive here. Fujimura, earned multiple 2 counts before Miyawaki fought back, got a tornado DDT in, and ultimately finished him off with a Falcon Arrow around 8 minutes and 39 seconds. I thought this was a real decent opener with good fire from Fujimura and Okada. A nice but simple showcase of these four. Although Okada got less time, Miyawaki looked good and assured in his finishing stretches of the match. So definitely look at this match. It was okay, decent opener. So, excuse me. Next match we had Koshi Saito, King Tommy, Muhammad Yon taking on Manabu Soya, Nayo, and Tatsuke right here. Saito, Tani, and Yon are the Funky Express, a fun-loving team of disco lovers. Soya, Nayo, and Tatsuke are part of the Congo stable, Noah's largest faction, if you're not familiar with that. Taduke and Nayo used a pair of dives early to help isolate Tane here. Although he fought back with a trio of scoop slams, Kongo needed to stretch the rules a little bit to fight back against Saito, with Soya going toe-to-toe with him, exchanging those blows. After teamwork from both sides, Young was able to pin Tatsuke with the Kaneko Buster. If you're not familiar with that move, that is also known as the Muscle Buster. 8 minutes and 45 seconds. It was a simple tag match designed to get people on the card. Fun but basic. Super executed, but nothing really of substance, if you ask me. So the next match we had Saiki Yoshioka and Yuyu Suzumu versus Aliyha and Hayo. This was a junior heavyweight tag team match right here, pitching the stinger duo of Yoshioka and Sumu against Congo's Aliyha and Hayo. Aliyha debuted in the now defunct Wrestle 1, where Hayo, Yoshioka, and Sumo were all products of the Japanese indie scene, if you're not aware of that. This match started quickly, fast rope running, fake dives. Yoshioka and Suzumu slowed down and isolated Hayo right here, who eventually used some trickery and was able to escape. Aliyha tagged in and upped the pace with dives, aerial maneuvers. Hayo came in close with a Frankensteiner, a leg trap German suplex on Yoshioka before winning ultimately with the 450 splash. Around a little under 12 minutes, I think it was 11 minutes 44 seconds. Another decent tag match that picked up when Hayo was in the ring, but then again, it was really nothing memorable. So another match, it was good though. It was good. Next we had Toshikoji, Daisuke Harada, and Hajime Ohara and the Ultimo Dragon versus Ita, Kotaro Suzuki, Nosawa Rangai, and Yoei right here. So we got another junior heavyweight match. This was a rare no appearance for Ultimo Dragon. He teamed with the regular trio of Harada, Kotoji, and Ohara as they faced the Los Perros del Mal de Japón quartet. This group is the Japanese spinoff of the long-standing Mexican stable, if you're not familiar with the Los Perros del Mal. The Dragons started off with his trademark display of offense. We got Kotoji and Harada using their slick double-team moves to get things in their favor, while the Perros relied on dirty tactics, of course. Harada cleaned house with authority, looking strong before tagging in the Ultimo Dragon here. Ohara helped his trainer Dragon Kotoji save the Dragon from being unmasked by Rangai. I thought that was a really nice spot right here. After Kotoji took out everyone with the dive, the Dragon pinned Rangai with a La Mastral Cradle about 13 minutes and 51 seconds. This is really another really nice match right here. Some Lucharesu flavor. I thought that was good. Ultimo Dragon got the shine right here. That's really all I can ask for from this match. So next we have Kazuyuki Fujita and Kendo Kashin versus Ikuto Hidaka and Masakatu Funaki right here. There was well over 100 years of pro wrestling experience in this match, with Hidaka being the only one under the age of 50, so I thought that was fucking hilarious. Hidaka was 49 here, so he's close. With the combination of Funaki and Fujita feeling each other out, Hidaka and Funaki's submission attempts, and Kashin, of course, being Kashin, this had a slow pace. Funaki was able to escape Fujita's clutches with a drop kick, but Hidaka, he didn't fare any better himself. He had a Belief Fury by Hidaka. Fujita reversed the Sean capture into a suplex, pin Hidaka with a Beast Bomb right here. So I think it was about 12 minutes, 17 seconds. A slower pace match with Fujita controlling most of the action here. There were some nice technical moves here, but however, this was slow and unengaging if you ask me. And Hidaka and Funaki felt like they got very few chances to shine. So then right here we get Pro Wrestling Noah announcing dates for big shows, including shows at Ryu-Goku Hall about 429, 430, Nippon Budokan 716, July 16th, and another Budokan show on, of course, 1/1 of 23, which would be next year. So making this date a tradition and a good idea of the show's ambition for Pro Wrestling Noah. I like that, man. So next we have for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship, we have the champion Hayata versus Yoshinari Ogawa right here. This is going to be Hayata's 8th defense, while Ogawa is Noah's junior veteran and another wrestler in his 50s here. He's held the junior heavyweight title only once, though, and that was in 2020. These two are actually the current GHC junior heavyweight tag team champions right here. So we get Hayata pinning Yoshinari Ogawa with a pinning combination around 20 minutes and 54 seconds. This was a really good match with some great arm work by Ogawa. The veteran was in great form, and Hayata deserved credit for his selling here. I like the story that they were telling, but this match would have been improved with being a little shorter and a little bit more snug, a little tighter. Not everybody's going to like this slow-paced limb work match in the middle of a long show, but in a vacuum, this is really fairly good and should remind you how good Ogawa is. Ogawa had Hayata's number, and Hayata narrowly survived here. As such, it had a sudden finish, which may not be to everybody's taste, but I thought it helped tell the story well. So, decent match, very good match, man. Moving on to the GHC Heavyweight Tag Team titles, we Kaiji Muto and Naomichi Marufuji, the M Team, as I like to call them, versus Masaki Mochizuki and Masato Tanaka right here. Damn, I forgot Masato Tanaka is really only 48 years old. This dude who had favorite battles with Mike Awesome in ECW and FMW, this man is only 48 years old. He still moves really well. That's not a phrase you can use to describe one of my favorite wrestlers, Kaiji Muto, who looks every bit of his 59 years. This was Tanaka's second match of the day, having fought Suigura at the Z01 show earlier, so he's doing back-to-back duty. All four members are a part of M's Alliance group. So we get Kaiji Muto submitting Masaki Mochizuki with the figure 4 around 20 minutes, a little under 21 minutes. This is a really good action-packed tag team match right here. It did slow down a little bit when Kaiji Muto was involved, but it was ultimately had full hard-hitting action, and had heavy strikes. It's full of action in this match is what I meant to say. Although, once again, it could have done with being a little shorter if you ask me. Marufuji had good chemistry with both opponents, and the finishing stretch was good frantic fun. As you can expect from these four, just being beloved stars doing what they do best is all you can really hope for and ask for as a fan, so that's what they did right here. Next match we had Kazushi Sakuraba, Kenta, and Takashi Sugiura versus Dainiki Inaba, Masa Kiyomiya, and Yoshiki Inamura right here. So this is Kenta's first match in Noah since he returned for Naomichi Marufuji's anniversary show back in 2018. And Inaba is another Wrestle 1 product, while Kiyomiya and Inamura, of course, are Noah true form wrestlers right here, true born wrestlers. So Kenta stuck to his modern tactics by sliding out of the ring, stalling against Kiyomiya. He is in a Bullet Club after all. So we get Kenta pinning Yoshiniki Inamura after a go to sleep around 25 minutes and 46 seconds. This is ultimately what I wanted from this match. The core was Inamura defending Noah's honor against Kenta. That's what it should have been. Their interactions were the highlight of this match, with Kenta's viciousness and cockiness meshing perfectly with Inamura's fire and intensity. This is a great showing for Inamura and the best use of Kenta, if you ask me. This is probably one of Kenta's top matches that he's had in a while. He brought his current A game, which Kenta's A game is very good still. This was a good heavyweight 6-man tag team match with everyone playing their part here. A great introduction for Inamura for fans who are not familiar with him. So then we come to the penultimate match of the show for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. We have the GHC Heavyweight Champion Keno versus Kaito Kiyomiya right here. So if you don't know, Keno leads the Kongo stable and has been synonymous with the national title, which is Noah's secondary title. It used to be kind of like New Japan's IWGP Intercontinental title, and now it probably would be, I don't know. Would you compare it to the Never or the US? I probably would compare it to the Never. That's neither here nor there. Kiyomiya was seen as the potential future ace for Noah before he was derailed in 2021 after constantly losing to Muto. So that was a bad 2021 from him. So we get Keno defeating Kaito Kiyomiya via ref stoppage via roundhouse kick around 24 minutes and 42 seconds. Another very good match right here. This was designed to make Kiyomiya look strong, while the shock finish got over how dangerous Keno is. and ability to win at almost any time and any will. This had a big match feel, possibly falling into the quote-unquote forced epic territory at times, if you ask me. Then again, it had a lot of excitement. It's a lot of big moves and some good execution right here. It was a good showing from Kiyomiya, but it also felt like another big loss for someone who was already lost too many times in the last year. So that was probably my only negative. It was a hard match to really actually book. So sad that he lost, but Keno, I like him a lot, so I'm kind of glad that he won. It was what it was. So now for the Ghc Heavyweight Championship, we got the champion Katsuhiko Nakajima versus Go Shiozaki right here. And this is arguably the biggest match that Noah could put on, honestly. It is also fitting that Shiozaki was in the last two Budokan Hall main events, so nice touch. Shiozaki had a well-received title reign in 2019 that brought a lot of eyes back on the pro wrestling Noah. Nakajima turned on Shiozaki during that title reign, with these two having a great match for that said title. Shiozaki was injured most of 21. He returned in December challenging Katsuhiko Nakajima. I say challenging because Nakajima won the Ghc Heavyweight title back in October of 21, so this would be Nakajima's second defense of the title. It feels like he is now a finished article who can now comfortably, fill Noah's role as the champion. There are added stakes here. If Shiozaki wins, then Nakajima must leave his Congo stable and reform Axis with Shiozaki. So that's a huge implication in the long right with the title. So Katsuhiko Nakajima puts him away. He pinned Go Shiozaki with the Northern Lights bomb, 30 minutes and 10 seconds right here. I saw somebody on Twitter describe this match as a dumb epic, and that's really a really good way to describe it. It's a hard-hitting battle of attrition, full of ridiculously stiff strikes. It had many of those big Noah epic tropes like long strike exchanges, ramp spots, and big kickouts right here. It felt more compact than other Noah main events and a condensed epic, if you're to call it that. A lot of execution, selling, and character work was excellent here, if you ask me. Shiozaki felt like the flag bearer for Noah, while Nakajima felt like a charismatic main event star. I can see some fans being a little disappointed here, a sense that extremely high expectations were not quite met. But despite that, this was well worth the watch. This was a great match, a great start to 2022 for both Pro Wrestling Noah and Pro Wrestling as a whole. It was a great introduction for people who are not familiar to the Noah main event style, and to one of my favorite wrestlers, Katsuhiko Nakajima, if they are not well versed with him. So to wrap it all up, this show was designed to be a showcase for Pro Wrestling Noah. Like most big Japanese shows, it's going to be really long, and most of the matches need to be probably 5 minutes shorter. 4 consecutive 20-minute matches and a 30-minute main event felt a little draining at times. That could be really draining. It is what it is. You not need to have the first 5 matches. You need to really not even watch them, honestly. You're going to skip and jump to the second half, in my opinion. Everything felt worth your time, and each match in the second half hit different, if you ask me. The main event may not have met people's lofty expectations, but it was a worthy main event, if you ask me. My personal highlight was a 6-man tag team match with Inamura and KENTA, with KENTA exceeding my expectations here and doing an excellent job with Inamura, who stood out really well. This is overall a good introduction to Noah if you're not familiar with this brand. Well worth your time, and although you might want to be selective with what you watch, I definitely say in 2022, watch more Pro Wrestling Noah, because goddamn it, I'm going to do the damn same. Watch more Noah, get my eyes on it, get it back on the channel, man. So thank y'all for tuning in for my Pro Wrestling Noah New Year 2022 review. You know who we are. We're the almighty SOS Wrestling Network. Be sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And shit, I'll be back at y'all soon with the motherfucking Wrestle Kingdom preview, man. So be on the lookout for that. Follow us on Twitter. You know what it is. Pro Wrestle Fly God. Don't like ugly, man. Praise both. You know. Adios.